I'll see you next Thursday. Just kidding. Don't click away. We've got an awesome review for you today. We're going to be covering two 2019 short films, Michael Whaley's short horror comedy, Killer Assistant, and Wendy Keeling's short dark comedy horror, Clown College. Thank you, Michael and Wendy, for sharing your films with us. Welcome, everyone, to my indie review vlog. My name is Asaf Angel from MyIndie Productions. Don't go away. Before we get started, we got some fantastic news. For the remainder of this season of my indie review vlog, we are now sponsored by Angerman Distribution, a distribution company devoted to the work of independent filmmakers from all around the world. Being sponsored basically means we now have a little funding to keep the lights on. On a sadder note, I'm unfortunately off my medication since it was discontinued, and my doctor refuses to see me to renew my prescription on account of me being too needy. But I'm fine though, keeping it together. Let's jump right to it! Killer Assistant, written and directed by Michael Whaley, is a mockumentary with a premise which tackles a boggling mystery regarding famous movie killers. How is it that they are so consistently successful and efficient doing what they do? The documentary crew follow a group session of individuals who all share something disturbingly amusing in common. They are all personal assistants of famous movie killers. They are the ones who keep the killers so sharp in the game, the unseen heroes behind the carnage, and to them we should attribute the killer's success. We get to hear a little bit about the killer assistant world from celebrity killer's assistants Nancy, Stuart, and Matthew, portrayed by Elizabeth Mears, Gunnar Willis, and the MyIndie featured artist Jaysen Buterin. Before the new haircut, so he still had all his superpowers at this point. The short film feels like a proof of concept of sorts because the idea has a lot going for it. I would love to see the premise played out in a feature someday. Whaley took on solving the age-old overwhelming improbability many a horror fan burdened by logic have raised in the past. The question of how on earth is it possible that these killers are so organized? Whaley gives us a comedic spin on the day-to-day task from the perspective of the assistants, completely disregarding or at best playing down the whole horrific side of it all.
Sure. My name is Nancy, and I'm the personal assistant for piece.
So, what's that like, working for a famous movie killer? We are trying to find out the why from all of the people who do this. Does the killing ever bother you?
What? No, man, that's like the whole part of the job.
Who do you work for? Anyone we know?
Well, right now I currently work for
That's like working for what, 6 people?
7.
Aside for some places where it could have been a tiny bit more refined, Killer Assistant is a decent film with an original idea that manages to bring a comedic, entertaining vibe, somewhat similar to the kind you can find in films like the iconic mockumentaries Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show, or in TV shows like The Office. It looks like it was a lot of fun to make. Production value was fairly decent, performances were convincing, and all in all, was a fun film to watch, and inspiring to boot, especially considering it was made for only $2,500 US, according to IMDb. Killer Assistant scores 7.5 out of 10 on the Look at Me, I'm a Film Critic scale. Next up is Clown College, the brainchild of actress and filmmaker Wendy Keeling and husband Kevin Keeling. Reportedly, they came up with the idea for the film over booze and fried food. It is also said to be Wendy's first ever film to be directed in Florida. I myself have never directed a film in Florida, so now I get to feel bad about myself. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you very much. The story revolves around a young med student played by Bailey Ingersol who's somewhat mentally burdened. The character, not Bailey. Who's mentally burdened over the tough relationship she had with her father, played by Jim Doherty, who passed away recently. The character, not Jim. I assume Jim is alive and well. And if he isn't, you can't pin this on me. After paying her respects at her father's funeral, our young med student Quincy is bothered by a toothache which prompts a visit to the dentist, played by Chad Newman.
Hello! So, tell me, what is the problem, miss? How to fake?
Oh, okay. Well, let me take a look. All right. Oh, there's the little bugger right there.
Yeah. Well, to treat her toothache, the dentist puts Quincy under anesthetic. When she wakes up, everything looks a little different to her, meaning everyone she sees is now dressed as a clown. Wendy gives us depth that lies somewhere within the film, in subtext yet detectable, since at some point at least it's not easy to make sense of it. Quincy's reality is constantly accompanied by an eerie, surreal feel. She's not a normal young woman. We get that fairly quickly from her appearance in goth makeup and outfit. The other characters around her are not normal either. With a slight grotesque feel to the world of the film, they are all a bit hyper and askew to what you might consider to be normal. Interestingly, Quincy doesn't seem surprised or fazed by what she sees, hinting she might know it is stemming from somewhere within her and not necessarily the effects of the anesthetic.
Ma'am, I would like a balloon. Please.
This keeps the viewers on their toes and provides an interesting, visually entertaining viewing experience which allows us to just sit back and enjoy, rather than try to decipher as the film goes, feeling we will get our answers at the end. Or will we? The only issue I had with the film has to do with not enough dissonance between the way characters behave before and after Quincy wakes up at the dentist, but that's just my personal opinion. Having said that, Clown College is a very impressive feat. Production value is high. It is apparent that the cinematography, set design, costumes, and makeup were professionally and skillfully handled. The performances fit perfectly with the tone, and there's even a cameo in the film which also involves an overly large pencil. Here, that somehow makes perfect sense. Clown College scores a 7.5 out of 10 on the Look at Me, I'm a Film Critic scale. Both Clown College and Killer Assistant are currently on their respective and successful festival runs, so keep an eye out for screenings in your area and for further updates on the film's Facebook pages regarding their availability. There are plenty of upcoming screenings to choose from and more to come, I'm sure. Links included. If you'd like to catch up on our past reviews and promos, you can find them all on our website or on our recently launched MyIndie Review Vlog Vimeo channel, link included. Thank you again to Angerman Distribution for sponsoring us. Until next time, keep supporting indie film, watch, share, spread the word. My name is Asaf Angel, and thank you for tuning into my Indie Review Vlog. I'm still hoping to get my prescription renewed by next week. I'll see you next Thursday. And so will I.